Welcome to Hollywood Recapped. Today I will explain to you a comedy fantasy film from 2000 titled Bedazzled. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. Elliot Richards is a loser, a people pleaser and a doormat. He is socially awkward and not taken significantly by anyone, mainly his co-workers. Elliot is aware of this, but still tries to keep his warm persona, hoping that his co-workers will come through. But, to no avail. None of them desire to be associated with a loser. That night, he goes to a bar where his co-workers have come without inviting him. They attempt to hide from him, however he ignores their impolite conduct and joins them, much to their annoyance. Just then, Allison, another one of his co-workers, comes in. Elliot surprises the group by revealing that he is aware of her little likes and dislikes. So, they push him to go talk to her. Elliot introduces himself to Allison, saying that they've been working collectively for 4 years now. However, she does not recognize him and leaves after he begins getting a little too awkward. Elliot says that he would do whatever to have her. Just then, a snooker ball rolls toward him. When he picks it up, a lady in a red costume calls him. She says she heard his wish and then scores all the balls at once. She then takes him outdoor and closely makes out with him. Elliot is nervous and scared, especially when she says that she has exceptional cataclysmic powers. And to top it all off, she says that she is the devil. Elliot does not believe her and leaves. But, he is greatly surprised to see her already there, in a distinctive dress. The devil drops the burning alcohol into a car and then goes on to disclose his darkest moments to him. He's lonely in an empty apartment with no one to care for and cries himself to sleep each and every night. She challenges him to make a wish. So, Elliot sarcastically wishes for a Big Mac and large Coke. The devil fulfills the wish by taking him to a McDonald's and making him pay for it. When Elliot begins to get annoyed, she gives him a lift on her sports car. She takes him to an off-hours club that she owns where every person cheers when they see him. They push every other to get images of Elliot. Inside, all the girls want him to themselves. She takes him to her office where she additionally shows him her red male version, just for the sake of it. When Elliot asks about God, she gets annoyed because everybody always seems to want to know about him. She rapidly takes him to her agreement. She will give him 7 wishes, and he will give up his soul to her at the end. Elliot is hesitant about this, but the devil shows him a scene of Allison together with him. Motivated through this, he signs the agreement without analyzing it properly. The devil then gives him a pager, telling him to tap 666 in case something goes wrong. Elliot makes his first wish, to be rich, powerful, and married to Allison. He then wakes up in a bed next to Allison and silently celebrates. He goes downstairs and realizes that he can speak Spanish. He is incredibly joyful about this. He goes to take a look at his stallion and is ecstatic about how excellent life is. Just then, he sees Allison with her English tutor, Raoul. They're a little too close to every other, physically. Elliot tears off his mustache in anger. His subordinates inform him that the affair has been going on for pretty a while now. So, Elliot goes and yells at Allison. She yells back at him, declaring that she hates him and finds him disgusting. She then begins throwing things at him. Before he can do anything, his men call him, saying there's trouble at the factory. He is scared to see that he has his very own personal army. At the factory, he sees his product and realizes that he's a Colombian drug lord. Just then, Raoul comes and takes over everything. Even his men have changed sides. They all attempt to kill him, and he escapes on a helicopter. As he looks for the devil's pager, he drops it. So he leaps after it and dials 666. He lands in America on a car. The devil is there giving parking tickets. She points out that Elliot never asked for Allison to love him back. Since they don't understand the kind of man Allison wants, she offers to take him to her room. Before leaving, she rewires the traffic lights, inflicting all the cars to crash. In Allison's room, the devil reads Allison's journal while Allison comes out of the shower. Due to the devil's magic, Allison can't see nor experience both of them. The devil reads that Allison likes touchy and emotional men. She even rolls her eyes at the corny choice. So, Elliot wishes to be the most emotionally sensitive man and for Allison to love him. They are on a beach. The sun is simply setting and everything is romantic. Elliot says and does a lot of corny things like crying at the sunset and making her a vegan salad. Just as they are about to kiss, the devil comes to disturb them. Elliot begins getting emotional. About everything. From the dolphins, to Allison's hair to the sunset again. She keeps attempting to tell him something, and he continues interrupting her with his tears. Just then, 3 jocks come to them and throw sand at them. Elliot timidly asks them to leave. So, the guys invite Allison over for some beers. In their van. Allison gleefully leaves with them, telling Elliot that he's just too touchy and that makes him remarkable annoying. She simply wants a robust tough man. So, Elliot tearfully presses 666 and cries some more at the sunset. Elliot yells at the devil. She gets upset instead, saying no one appreciates her effort. He consoles her and they make up. Elliot makes his next wish. A massive jock who is manly and professional. He wishes to be an extremely good basketball player. He arrives in a basketball court where he dominates the complete game. He's over 7 feet tall, muscular, and good. Even the devil is there cheering for him. As he gives an interview, he speaks in simple words and does not understand most of what the interviewer asks him, revealing that he's now not very smart. Not at all. Later, in the locker room, Allison comes to him asking for a special interview. It's clear that she has a major crush on him and makes a lot of flirty hints. Elliot invites her to his place and she accepts. As he rearranges his towel, they both see his love stick. It's tiny. There's no way he's servicing her with that. Allison rapidly makes up an excuse about going somewhere and leaves. Elliot angrily brings out the pager. He's so dumb that he even has to write down the 666. He arrives in a clinic where the devil is giving sweets rather of medicines to the patients. He asks to be intelligent, handsome, and cherished by all. He arrives at an elitist party. There each person appreciates the depth and sophistication of his novels. Allison comes to him, impressed by his books. They have a proper time talking to each other. He then takes her to his place. But to his surprise, his husband is ready for him. Elliot is homosexual. He can't accept this truth and kisses Allison to prove it wrong. When he gets no arousal, he realizes that the devil toyed with him again. So, he presses 666 again, and this time he wants to do something for everyone. He asks to be the President of the United States. The devil fulfills his desire and makes him Abraham Lincoln. Right on the date of his assassination. He tries to leave, but his entourage does now not let him. Just as Elliot is about to be assassinated, he presses 666. He returns to his company, where the devil comes on his computer screen. She says that he only has one wish now, because his first wish for Mac and Coke also counts. Elliot gets frustrated at the devil's loopholes and goes to church. There Elliot tells a priest that he needs to speak to God. So, the priest offers to hear in the place of God. Elliot tells him everything that has happened. The priest reacts by calling the police on him. At the police station, he tries to convince them of what happened, however they obviously don't believe him. He is locked up and the devil is the one to take him there. Before placing him in the cage, she says that he need to use his last desire to get out. There is already another prisoner inside the cell. When Elliot says that he sold his soul to the devil, the man smiles and says that everyone's soul belongs to God. The devil is just trying to trip him up. He'll make mistakes however he open up his mind and his heart and God will accept him. He gives an enigmatic smile as he says this. When Elliot asks who he is, the man replies that he's simply a true friend. Elliot spends the whole night wondering deeply. When he's let out the next morning, he goes to the devil's club. Everyone there has turned out to be old, and yet, they're still partying. He goes to the devil's office and says that he isn't going to use his final wish. The devil says that he has a time limit in accordance to the contract. But, Elliot is firm. He does not prefer to receive everything with simply a wish. He has learned to value the journey to get there. The devil rolls her eyes at this and receives angry. She displays her genuine demonic form and demands him to make a wish or she'll kill him. So, Elliot wishes that Allison will have a happy life. The devil groans in disappointment and drops him. Elliot wakes up in a normal building. The devil tells him that his soul is secure with him, as one truly selfless and benevolent wish will really void the contract. He didn't know that because he didn't read the contract. He celebrates excitedly. He then asks the devil why she's being so fine to him. The devil tells him that heaven and hell are both on earth. Everything comes down to him. She says that she really enjoyed her time with him and liked him. Elliot replies that she has been the great friend he's had. He goes back to his company, where he ultimately talks to Allison normally. He asks her out on a date. However, Allison has a boyfriend and rejects him gently. Elliot is also mature about it and accepts the rejection gracefully. At his office, his co-workers make fun of him. Elliot grabs one of them and scares him. They all take him seriously now. When he goes home, he sees that he has a new neighbor. And she appears simply like Allison. Her name is Nicole. Elliot helps Nicole go in. They quickly start dating. As they enjoy their time together, the devil and possibly God himself are playing chess. The devil is cheating, as expected. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this.